Yo, what is up, you guys? So this is gonna be a really long story as it is, but I still want to put in a quick disclaimer that let's get started. So last Sunday, I decided to go to another city with these guys that I met online. I'm not even gonna try to dodge it. I was an idiot and I decided to go to another fucking city with people I met online. Now, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's not like they were complete strangers I met online. I knew these two guys from elementary school who moved away and we got reconnected through Facebook, and I met their friends through the internet, and it was like we all talked as a group. So these two guys I knew from elementary school and these two other guys who were friends of the two elementary school guys, we all connected through like Skype and Facebook, and they decided to invite me to this other city. Now this city is 2 hours away by car, and we were going there by bus and subway. So I had nothing better to do on a Sunday. I thought, why the fuck not? And decided to invite one of my other friends, Kathy, to come with us because I had no fucking clue how to navigate any kind of like bus system whatsoever. And I was like, you know what? She's good. She's better at socializing just in case. Like the slim chance that all of us get lost together, we have somebody who is our little beacon of hope. On that day, we were supposed to meet around 10:30 to 11. Kathy and I get there around 10:45, and these two other guys got here at 11. Now these two guys we knew from elementary school, so they weren't strangers at all, and we decided to go greet them. But the second we go to try that, they're trying to run away from us, and it's like, haha, very funny, you girls have cooties. You know, it wasn't an action I really looked into at the moment, but now that I think about it now, it should have raised a red flag. Now the third guy who we met, he comes up in the story a fucking lot, because he was the one who actually I gotta put all the blame on, because it was always his idea to do everything, and the other guys were just fucking retarded and kept going along with him for some odd reason. And we're gonna call him Marcus for now, okay? He's the one who actually invited me first. This guy is the one who invites us, and he is a total fuckboy. The second we meet him, he is already flipping us off, insulting us, and doesn't even say hello. He never introduced himself, and I had to be the one to go, Kathy, Marcus, Marcus, Kathy. Like, it was ridiculous how fucking immature he was, too. He would run away from us constantly, and I'm not talking about, oh, haha, 2 steps away from you, you can't catch me. It was straight up. We had 4 different subway stops, and every single time he would run to the end of the platform with the other 2 guys following along just to get away from us. And I don't really know why he thought that was funny or why he did that every single time, but he did. And we were too dumb to stop and think, hey, maybe we should not go on this trip with them. Either way, we were already 1 hour into the journey. There was no turning back now. So we finally get to our last stop, and this is when we are at this new city, but not at the final destination. First thing that happens is they bolt, they're fucking sprinting to the next bus stop. And Kathy and I didn't know what they were doing at the time. We were just like, where the fuck are you going? Because we had no clue where they were going. They just told us they were going to this other city, and sure, we just tagged along. But they were trying to catch a bus, and I didn't figure this out until we caught up with them. They'd missed the bus, but they were still sprinting away from us without telling us why. And see, we didn't find that much of a red flag just yet, because they were the 2 guys who we knew from elementary school who would stay back and make sure that we were still with them. So we thought, okay, they can't leave without these guys, and they seem to not want to ditch us. So we're cool. Now, because we'd missed this bus, they told us that, oh, it's going to be 30 minutes until the next bus comes. And they were like, ah. But we were just, okay, fine, whatever. We'll wait 30 minutes. So we're sitting there for 15 minutes. Kathy and I get bored because we're girls. And she finds this Pokestop that is literally across the street. We tell them as we're leaving, yeah, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, we're just going to go to this Pokestop. Now, while we're on the other side, we see this bus come by, and it hasn't been 30 minutes yet, mind you, and all 4 of the guys get on without us, and you see Marcus just pointing and laughing at us, and he doesn't do anything. None of the guys actually do anything to try and ask the bus driver to just wait 3 minutes for us to cross the road. No action is done, and they leave on that bus without us. At this point, I can totally admit that, yeah, we should have just gone home. Like, after they've left us on a bus, it is just, we can't trust them anymore. But they were giving us directions, and, you know, we were already this fucking far, and we didn't know how to actually get home from there. And I just saw the messages from him, and he's telling us all these instructions to get to where they're going. And I say, don't ditch us. He says, hey, just do it. I said, I will kill you if you're lying. And then he proceeds to blame us for going to the Pokestop. They knew we were going to that Pokestop, and they didn't decide to tell us, hey, the bus is going to come like 5 minutes, don't go. They just let us leave, and we didn't know, and they told us 30 minutes, and we hadn't even been waiting for like 15 minutes. It was just, they were blaming us for ditching us just because we went to a Pokestop. Like, just, fuck you. Now, Kathy and I did eventually meet up with these guys at this mall, and you know what? It was a 1 hour long bus ride, and it cost us $3.50, but we met up, so we're not gonna complain. And they decided to take another bus to go to this other mall for some fucking reason, and they wanted to get lunch there. Now, the bus ride there wasn't even more than like 15 minutes. Like, I know I say 15 minutes a lot, but like, I'm serious, it wasn't more than 15 minutes. And see, this is how I'm going to just draw it out for you. So this is how the bus arrangement kind of went. We were at the back of the bus, and the back of the bus kind of like that, and then we got like 2 seats here, 2 seats there. Not as big of a space, but I'm not an artist, as you can see. So Kathy and I are sitting over here. One of the guys is over here, and Marcus is over here. Now Marcus wanted to go sit beside this guy. And so now we have really 2 awkward seats here. So Kathy and I felt weird. So you know what? Kathy scoots over one and I scoot over one. Marcus is 15, by the way, okay? In case you couldn't tell, this man is 15. And the second Kathy sits next to him and he notices this, he turns, says ew, and then literally gets up and sits here. This fucking guy sits here. Kathy moves over beside him, and he runs away. It was like this guy had never seen a girl before, and had never spent time near one. Like, what the fuck? Finally, we get to this final mall, and Kathy and I are fucking starving. It's 3 p.m., we hadn't eaten lunch yet. Praise Lord Jesus, because it was time for lunch. So, at that point, we were thinking, alright, let's go outside to eat, because they had like a balcony terrace with tables and everything, and it was a really nice day. So, Kathy and I are like, okay, sure, we agreed with them, and we thought, you know what, the tables aren't very big, it could fit like 3 people in total, and there aren't a lot of like people out there, so let's all just like sit at 2 different tables and mingle. Like, that was our thought process, but not the guys, no. They were thinking, let's cram 4 of the guys onto 1 table and totally isolate ourselves from these girls that we invited. So I'm not talking like 4 guys and then us. I'm talking 4 guys, empty table, and then us. After lunch, they wanted to go to a, wait for it, community center. And not just the community center. They wanted to go into the woods behind the community center. So they want to go to a whole other city to play in the woods. Kathy and I are already at a mall at this point, so we're like, fuck no, we're not going with you. Okay, just go do your own thing, and we'll meet up. Bad choice, I know. They've already ditched us once. I don't know why we trusted them to not leave without us, but we did because, you know, decent human beings, but no. So we told them, you do your own thing, message us when you're done, and we can all meet up at a point, and we'll bus home together. We thought we had an agreement, okay? It was simple enough. So like 10 minutes in, they start calling me. Like each and every one of them calls me, trying to prank call me or something, because they were like, oh, yeah, this number you've reached is unavailable at the moment. Please try again later. They were calling me for some random shit, and I just stopped answering after like the 4th call. So we just keep walking, and suddenly Marcus decides to message me asking me where I was, and I mean, it was pretty obvious we wouldn't have gone anywhere else but the mall, because we didn't know where else to go, and we told them that we would be here until they messaged us saying they wanted to leave. So then he says, oh, okay, we're almost at the subway. Now what's fucked up about this is that it was a joke. Like, it was actually funny to them for some reason, because right after that, I just started getting a bunch of calls again. Oh shit. Anyways, I just started to get a bunch of calls from them, and they're telling me, oh, you thought we were at the subway? Since when did the subway have music? And that was such a stupid comment. Like, we were inside a fucking store. There was no way we could have heard them, and like, how fucking good did they think their mics were? Like, seriously. So after the guys all hung up, telling me it was a joke, Marcus is still messaging me and telling us to meet at the community center. It all seems pretty legit. He's actually giving us like directions. So we go ahead and we get to the community center. So he asks us where we are, where we're located, and we tell him that we're just in front of the library. So he tells us they're in the pool area. Great. So we go to the pool area. Nobody's fucking there. I'm going, where the fuck are you? And then he goes, the woods. And you see, all the messages, that's what I don't like about Messenger. It doesn't tell you when they actually send the shit. But it's just, that took 30 minutes for him to respond. Like, we were waiting for so fucking long for him to tell us that they weren't even there anymore. So I tell him, don't leave without us. And they go, meet us at this other mall that we passed an hour ago. They lead us on this goose chase already. Like, they had ditched us at the bus stop, then they leave us after eating lunch together, and it was simple instructions. If you want to leave, message us and we can meet up and leave together. It's not hard. But instead, they decide to randomly call us, tell us to meet somewhere, make us wait there for half an hour for a response that's just telling us, oh yeah, we ditched you guys. They fucking left us again, and it was another hour-long bus ride before we could meet up with them at this other mall. And I tell him this, that, oh yeah, it's gonna take us 40 minutes to get there, don't leave without us. And you know what they fucking tell me? They left. They fucking left. And so, me and Kathy are left in this other city, lost. We don't know how to get home. We told these guys that they shouldn't leave us, but they did. And to top this story off, when we did finally get home, one of the guys literally messaged me. At 11:30 fucking p.m., he goes, heh, at least you're not on a fucking bus right now. So to make sure that I'm not biased, I'm also going to tell their side of the story, because we have a group chat and they tried to explain themselves through that, and it doesn't help whatsoever.
So in this clip, I got a little carried away and kept rambling on, so I'm just going to sum it up real fast right now. What these guys were saying was that it wasn't their fault, it wasn't their idea, and that they were very sorry about what happened, but they expected us to be more independent and to be able to take care of ourselves. And you know what? Totally understandable, but honestly, they shouldn't have left us there, period. Like, whether or not we knew the layout, it was wrong of them to just leave us in this fucking city. So in the end, they are trying to blame all of this on us, even though they are still trying to apologize.
I'm gonna sum this whole thing up. Just be a normal, decent human being and don't fuck shit up. Be normal, okay? Just keep your head out of your ass. That's all. That's the end of it. I'm in such an angry mood right now. Hope you guys liked my story. It was a really shitty experience, but I hope it's a good story for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully it won't be a story time, and yeah, Coda.